Thank you very much, Chancellor Khosla. When you students arrived here 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 years ago, we encouraged you to take classes outside of your major, to try new things, and to be open-minded, and to be proactive about the opportunities that awaited you. Through your growth and discovery, we encouraged you to embrace your creativity and ingenuity and to be agents of change for the world. Today's commencement speaker is someone who exemplifies the combination of creativity, the spirit of collaboration, and global thinking that characterizes Sixers like you. His professional accomplishments also highlight the availability of new 21st century opportunities, emerging fields in culture, art, and technology. Sev Ohanian graduated from the class of 2008 from Sixth College at UC San Diego with a bachelor's in visual arts. That tells me that in 5 years, one of you will be back up here as our invited guest speaker. He has worked on multiple television and film productions since graduating. Now, Sev produces independent feature films. His most recent film, which is entitled Fruitvale Station, premiered at the Sundance Film Festival this January and was awarded the Grand Jury Prize as well as the Audience Award. Fruitvale Station was also selected for the prestigious 2013 Cannes Film Festival. Recently, Sev received his MFA from the University of Southern California in 2012 in cinema and television production. He is now producing an independent film for James Franco's production company. You will be able to watch Fruitvale Station in cinemas near you starting in July. Pretty cool. But perhaps most important for all of us here today, he has come to exemplify UC San Diego's culture of innovation, ensuring that UC San Diego and every alumnus remains world-class. It is an honor to have an alumnus of our own college return to speak with all of you. Please join me in extending a very warm welcome to the 2013 Sixth College Commencement speaker, Sev Ohanian.
Thank you, Provost Donahue. Thank you, professors and faculty. Thank you, families and guests. And most of all, thank you to the graduating students for having me here today. I'm a proud graduate of Sixth College from 2008, and it's great to be back. I've been very fortunate and very lucky to have found a little bit of success early in my career, but by no means am I wildly wealthy or insanely successful, and I don't have decades of experience to impart on you. I guess you could say that on the path or road to life, I'm just a little around the bend from where you guys are. I can offer some perspectives, though, on what's coming immediately after graduation and how to deal with it. The truth is, if you were to tell me when I was graduating back in 2008 that in 5 years I would be back here today at the Sixth College Commencement, to be honest, my first thought would have been that I probably messed something up and I had to redo college and graduate all over again. Luckily, that's not the case. Not that I would mind. I'm very honored and very humbled to be here to speak to you guys, and it's just good to be back on campus. I remember a lot from my experiences at UCSD and at Sixth College. I remember how amazing the weather always was. I remember early on being surprised to find out that we had a pub on campus, immediately followed by how disappointed I was that they were pretty good at spotting fake IDs. And I remember the first time I was scared out of my mind when I was walking home alone from Geisel and I heard that talking tree. Is that still a thing? But what I don't remember is also important. I don't remember ever disliking working on my CAP practicum. I don't remember ever feeling let down by our professors or quality of our education or even my fellow Sixers. And the reason I don't remember that is they're just not true. I loved my CAP project and actually played a big role in my interview for grad school. And UCSD and Sixth College have played a very important role in my education, both while I was here and beyond. I remember commencement day. I was, of course, very proud and happy and excited. I had so many goals and aspirations for all of the things I wanted to achieve now that I had my undergraduate degree, as I'm sure many of you do as well. But I'm not going to lie, there was a part of me that was very anxious and insecure about what was coming next, what was going to come in the next turn of life. I had noticed that just prior to commencement, the default icebreaker around campus had gone from being, "What's your major?" to, "What are you doing after graduation?" I hated that question, I still do. At the time, just like now, the economy was pretty bad. And there was always nonstop talk about how high unemployment rates were. By the way, maybe it's because I'm relatively young, but seriously, has the economy ever been good for recent grads? I honestly can't remember ever seeing a newspaper article that said that there are too many jobs available. But I guess that's just the world we live in. I mean, pop culture loves to paint this picture of your post-college 20s being all about past due student loan payments and rejected employment letters and a diet consisting solely of ramen noodles with sriracha. I knew I was going to be graduating from an amazing university, but my worries were mostly about what was to come next, what was going to be around the bend, to the point that I kind of lost perspective on the value of having graduated. And I think a lot of that has to do with my personal mentality, just having grown up and how I view life. Basically, my thought process has always been that the key to success or happiness or peace was always within reach. In a lot of ways, I think that's what society teaches us, that just around the corner or bend, if you work hard enough, you will reach happiness, you will reach peace. For instance, when I was in high school, I was absolutely positively convinced that if I were to just be accepted into a good university, I would be set. Life would be perfect. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate that once you get that acceptance letter and it's for a good institution such as UC San Diego, you're pretty much set for life, right? And that's really how I felt when I got into sixth. And of course, once I got here, it's amazing how quickly the new perspective shifted for me. I no longer felt successful or happy about just having gotten into college, and the focus and stress was now on having to graduate. And I was now convinced I needed to work my butt off, get some amazing grades, a fancy internship, pick up an extracurricular or 2 or 20, and actually survive college. And maybe if I were able to make it to graduation and turn that bend in life, then I would be set. And now back again when 5 years ago I was graduating, I was at commencement, and it was dawning on me then, just as it may be for some of you now, that you don't feel as certain anymore about that. And now the worry is about what's going to be the next corner of life to turn. At the time, I was focused, just like some of you maybe now, on maybe getting into the perfect grad school or landing that awesome job or even finding a significant other before you can let yourself feel happy and peaceful. Luckily, though, with my 5 years since graduating, I've experienced grad school and the beginnings of a career, and all of which has led me to find yet another new perspective. I guess my mentality used to be that as you progress through life, such as education, work, etc., that life would get easier and easier. And I have found, and I know that this is fairly obvious, but life gets harder and harder, and the challenges you face get greater and more plentiful. By the way, I love how the parents in the back are all nodding, because they know this. The important thing is not that life gets easier as you turn every bend and corner, but that you become better at dealing with it. And not just dealing with it, but you become more equipped to overcome those challenges and face them head on. And I'm here today to help validate your commencement and make sure that you know that despite whatever concerns and insecurities that some of you may have, just as I once did, what you are accomplishing today does matter. Now forgive me because I'm about to say something incredibly cheesy and cliche, but I do believe it, that I'm staggered by how much raw potential you all possess right now. And not just all as a group or a collective, but that you individually have such raw potential right now that it's staggering. Yeah, there are problems and challenges down the line, but you do have goals and dreams. And now you have this great success behind you. And that is what I found to be one of the issues of constantly looking ahead at what's at the next bend or corner of life. It's losing perspective of right now. And just as your perspective shifted once you arrived here from high school, you were able to overcome the new challenges, and you have made it here today, and you've come this far, you can keep going. It certainly helps that not only are you graduating from college, but you're going to be joining countless others who graduated from this amazing institution. In fact, you know what's really cool is when you bump into an alumni from UCSD out there in the real world. And there's something very special about being face-to-face with another Sixth college student, because it's so easy to network and connect when you can actually relate to staying at Camp Snoopy. I mean, we've only been around as a college for 11 years, so our numbers are small, but we are much tighter. And my experiences at Sixth did help me prepare for the real world, but continuing my interactions with my fellow Sixers has played just as important of a role. And I hope that you guys continue to do so, and not just with your fellow students now, but the ones who have come before you and all of those who will follow along after. As for right now, know that despite any concerns of what is to come, you've accomplished something great, and you can face whatever comes next. Even now, while I still do have some of the same concerns that I had when I was graduating, I also have the same goals and aspirations, and I'm still working towards that as well. And I want to quickly thank Sixth College and all of its professors and faculty. You've made such an enormous impact on the education, career, and lives of not just me, but everyone who's graduating here today. Sure, it's not going to be easy from now on just because you have a college degree, but know that you do have the potential. You've clearly made it this far. And keep in mind that each time you turn a corner of life, Yeah, you develop a new perspective, but never lose sight of appreciating the present and allowing your perspective to keep you grounded while driving to further accomplishments. So congratulations to the UC San Diego 6 College Class of 2013. Good luck, and I'll see you around the bend. Thank you.